Okay, and now we're gonna do the last part of your form. This is the sorter. So, just kind of a quick part, a rundown. Got a text box in txt item. Got a button, btn add, btn clear. Got a radio button for alphabetical. Another radio button for reverse alphabetical. All right, that called it RDO ABC for alphabetical and RDO ZYX for reverse alphabetical. And we've got a list box, and I've named this list box LST list. I have a button for the sort, BTN sort, and I've got a button for remove item. Okay. The basic idea here is that you will go through, you'll be able to enter in something to here in this text box and add it to the list. If we look here, I've already added the code list.items.add. Okay, so we're telling it that this list box, we're going to add an item, and that item is txt items.text. All right. Then we want txt.clear to go in after that, so when you press enter, you don't risk putting it in twice. And we're also going to just put in if string dot is null or empty, string dot is null or empty txt item dot text right here, message box dot show, please enter an item, else. This way we just check and make sure that the item box isn't empty, because otherwise it'll actually add a blank space to an item, and that's kind of annoying. So we've got that. Next, just like the button.items.add, okay, we've got a button here, button remove, list.items.remove. Okay, so we're removing an item from the list, and that is going to be whatever the selected item is within the list. Pretty straightforward. For the first part, we have a fairly simple, straightforward, alphabetized list. So what we want to do when the sort's clicked, one of the first things we want to do is create an integer called list size. List size is just going to be the value of the items in the list at the count. Very straightforward. Next, we want the code to execute. If RDO ABC is checked, what we want is list.sorted equals true. Now, this is the standard way to just make a list box alphabetical. We want it to go ahead and run, and then after that, we want it to be set to false. Now, there's a reason why we want this, and that is if you leave it on true, you won't be able to reverse alphabetize. Right? It'll keep trying to alphabetize because the property has been set to true. So make sure that you get that done. Okay? And next up, what we have is the tricky part of this, the RDO ZYX reverse. And how do we do that? Well, first thing we want to do to make sure, just like our other program, just like everything else we've done, we want to make sure, we want to make sure that it's alphabetized, because the way to alphabetize it is, or the way to reverse alphabetize it is to make sure it's alphabetized first, right? That's the easiest way, that's the most intuitive way, and that's the way we're going to take care of that. Next, we're going to want to create an array. So, that string is going to be called temp array, right? This is the temporary list that we're going to have, because what we're doing is taking each item from the list box, putting it into an array, and then spitting it out right back the way it is, or in reverse order. So we need to create that, and we need to go ahead and make sure that the string is a specific length. Luckily for us, we have the length it needs to be, list size, which we've just counted up here at the top. Okay. Now you can also make it list.items.count if you want, but we're trying to save some time and some effort. Here you go. Now, once that has been created, the next thing we want to do, and you might have guessed this is kind of weird, it's just make that false. Okay. Now, because the way that the sorted property works, it'll sort it, but when it goes to false, it won't resort it. So this is, I mean, really, this line can be above here, vice versa, but these are our first few lines, and that's what we want. Then the next, we get to go through and put each item in the list box into the array. So we need a for loop. This for loop, int equals I should be less than, that's right, it should be less than list size. So go here, go to lists, just type in list size for yourself. Oh wow, we're already getting pretty good at this. All right, we're getting through it. Okay, we've got the incremental counter. Now, all we want to do is let it know that the temp array, the element will start with 0 and go on until it hits the list size. And it's going to equal list.items and we're going to put that right there to string. Okay, and as we're gonna just run through really quickly. All right, why does that have a T there? Okay, temp array doesn't matter. All right. This is the first spot in our temporary array. We're going to go through list.items, and because a list is functionally similar to an array, it's the first item. We're going to convert it to a string, and we're going to put it into our array. So now we've taken our list box and we've put it temporarily into an array. Awesome. Next up, what we need to do is array.reverse temp array. That's right, because if it's alphabetized now, we can just go ahead and reverse alphabetize it. And then do pretty much the exact same thing we did earlier. We can even just fix a problem, maybe make this temp array.length. It doesn't matter, it should all be the same thing. All right, and then list.items.add temp array item 1. And congratulations, now you have it. That's kind of cool, right? Yeah. Uh, Smart idea. If you want full credit for this, you might want to add list items clear. Okay, this will, because otherwise you're going to end up with two lists right here. And congratulations. This will do it. Let's go ahead and really quickly run, just show you what's going on. Let my antivirus software freak out for a second. All right. Okay. Sorter. Now, got milk. We've got eggs. We've got sandwiches. I can't spell. Alright, we got this. Bam. What's this? Go here. Bam. Oh. Perfect. Alright, and if we select an item and click remove, deletes it from the list. Congratulations. Using this code, you'll have finished your project too.